Hello everyone, my name is Mohammad Sayed. I'm going to talk about partnership today. The partnership, four major criteria of the partnership my presentation gonna cover. The first session I will talk about how the partnership are set up. Second one, whether it is recommended to have a written or a verbal agreement. The third one, I'm going to talk about the profit and loss disbursements among the partners. But last but not the least, the fourth one is I'm going to talk about the partnership dissolvedness, how the business gonna end up. So first of all, I would like to brief idea regarding the partnership. Partnership is basically two or more people come together into business in terms of making profit. The partnership has all the partners have unlimited liability because all the partners acting as an agent here. So in that case, any of wrongful act committed by any of the partners without the consent of the other partners, so the third party can sue all the partners in that case. But the exception is if there is any wrongful act committed by any of the partner without the consent of the other partners, in that case the third party only can sue that partners only. The other partners are not liable for that incident. So in that case, the second part is all about whether it is recommended to have an written agreement or not. There is a two type of agreement. Basically, one is verbal, or you can call it oral. The other one is written agreement. The verbal or oral agreement is basically very difficult to prove or find a logical ground in terms of any conflict arise. For example, if you made a oral or verbal agreement 5 years ago with the partners, and with the conflict of the opinion after 5 years, any kind of conflict arise from the business and your partner is denying what he have saying 5 years ago, and it is very difficult for you to find a logical ground or prove that he already said it 5 years, because you don't have any kind of documentation to present someone that he actually give you the what. So in that case it is very difficult to prove. So that's why the expert always recommended to have a written agreement. The agreement basically give you an instruction, complete instruction how to run the business. For example, what the agreement contains. The agreement contains the nature of the business you need to clarify. All right, so you need to declare what kind of business you are gonna do. The second one comes to that the partnership name. So when you start a partnership business with two or more people, so you need to give a name. On the other hand, you can give the detailed information regarding all the partners. The detailed information means not all the details, only the relevant details you can mention. For example, the partner's full name, date of birth, the partner designation, and the partner contact details. That can be the relevant details for the business. For example, the exception is if there is no agreements between the parties and you are running a business. In that case, you need to follow the Partnership Act 1982. The Partnership Act given the full instruction how to run the business. The third one is the profit and loss disbursement. In that case, how actually the profit and loss distribute among the partners. In that case, if there is any mention policy in the agreement that if the partners choose an option to distribute the profit and loss based on the contribution in the business, so it should be mentioned in the partnership agreement. For example, if a person have a highest amount of contribution in the business, he might get the return highest amount of return from the business. That is the simple consequences. They need to just mention it. On the other hand, if you don't mention the policy or any kind of order to distribute the profit and loss. According to the Partnership Act 1892 section 27 clearly mentioned that all the partners are equally rightable to the profit and loss amount if there is no any order given in the agreement when you made the business. So in that case, if there is any option you have given, you need to follow that one. If there is no, you need to follow the Partnership Act 1892 section 27. The last but not the least one is how the partnership gonna dissolves. In that case, you need to mention how you are gonna add or terminate a partner from the business, or when it comes to end of the business, how you are gonna distribute the profit. The properties or assets you have, who gonna pay it first for it. In that case, for adding or terminating a partner, you need to mention the policy, how you are gonna bring one partner during the business time, or how you gonna terminate one partner, in which criteria he violated, and you are rightful to give a termination. The one fundamental principles according to the Partnership Act I would like to mention, that is, no partner is allowed to bring any of the partner without the consents of the other partners. So the fundamental principles of Partnership Act mention that no partner is allowed with the consents of other partner to make anyone bring in the business or terminate any person from the business. The last is the Partnership Act 1892 section 35 and 38 clearly mention how the partner should be get paid for it. If you mention the policy before in the agreement, so you don't need to follow it, but if you don't mention it, you need to follow the section 38 and 35 according to the Partnership Act 1892 NSW. So that's all about my presentation. Thank you so much for bearing me for 6 minutes. Have a good day. And for COVID-19 outbreaks in all over the world, everyone please stay home, stay safe. Thank you so much. Have a great day.